G'day folks, Mad Aussie here and welcome to the Aussie Report. In this episode we're going to take a look at a 9news.com.au article. This is from the 13th of December 2022. It is titled "Former WA Cop Jailed for 30 Years Over Predatory Rape Offences." Now there is a related video here, but we'll jump back up to that after I've read out the following. A depraved former Western Australia police officer who drugged, degraded and sexually violated more than a dozen women has been jailed for 30 years. Adrian Trevor Moore, 53, was found guilty in the WA District Court of 87 charges involving 13 victims, each of whom was stupefied with an unknown substance during sadistic offending that spanned 12 years. Moore, who rose to the rank of senior constable, met most of the women on dating sites. Two were fellow police officers. Judge Alan Troy on Tuesday outlined harrowing details of how Moore repeatedly breached his position of trust and humiliated victims who had either explicitly urged him to stop or were incapable of consenting. On one occasion, Moore violently raped a victim at her apartment while wearing his police uniform after offering to help her move homes. Other offending involved animals and objects. Some victims were unaware of their crimes carried out against them until police seized a storage device containing images and videos recorded by Moore. The facts here are unprecedented, Troy said, describing the offending as premeditated and predatory. Your conduct involves an abject disregard by you for each victim's dignity as a human being. Troy sentenced Moore to 30 years in prison. He will be eligible for parole after 28 years. It is believed to be the highest sentence handed down in WA for sexual offending. The court was told Moore had lived a double life, concealing his increasingly brazen crimes from his colleagues and supervisors in the WA police force. Your offending against fellow police officers carried with a heightened risk for you, but you did it anyway, the judge said. Moore's offending was only uncovered when a victim who was also a police officer reported him to Internal Affairs, knowing that doing so would result in explicit images of her being seen by other officers. Troy noted the enormous debt of gratitude owed to the women by other victims and the broader community. "I fear that you have irreversibly wrecked your life," he said. The court heard Moore had not expressed any genuine remorse, instead maintaining a delusional belief that the police force had a vendetta against him. Troy paid tribute to the courage shown by victims, one of whom who had expressed concern about the voracious trauma suffered by the jury members who had to watch the recordings of Moore's sickening crimes. "In the context of what happened to her, her concern for others is remarkable," he said. So let's scroll back up and take a look at this video.
A police officer by day, but a dangerous sex predator behind closed doors. One senior constable, Adrian Moore, now serving WA's longest jail term, handed to a rapist. The 53-year-old's depraved and violent sex acts forced upon his victims so sickening, a judge couldn't compare the 87 offences. Meeting some of his victims through dating sites since 2007, others fellow serving police officers. Running background checks on dates through his work computer before drugging them. The jury convicting him of inflicting vile, humiliating crimes against their will, including bestiality, all while filming the women at their most vulnerable. Jurors found the images so sickening they required urgent counselling.
I can tell you that I have instructions to lodge an appeal against conviction based on the fact that the trial really went off the rails with the failure to discharge of the jury.
Was that when the jury asked for counselling? Was that the point?
That's right, yes.
Adrian Moore hasn't shown a shred of remorse for the pain and trauma he's caused to his victims. The women bursting into tears and hugging in the courtroom today, learning he'll spend the next 3 decades behind bars for his sick and twisted sex spree.
It's high, there's no doubt about that.
And he maintains he did nothing, absolutely nothing.
He does.
The one-time Officer of the Year nominee dubbed delusional and in denial by a judge. Tonight, safeguarded in the Special Protection Unit. Zarisha Bradley, 9 News.
Alright, let me know what you guys think of that in the comments below. Please like, share, subscribe and all that good stuff, and I'll catch you guys on the next episode.